That's your job.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
do you want me to move closer?
No, I can move over here a little bit. But so today, how you doing? It's Dave Calloway, Chad Lemmens. We're talking drones, getting ready for Christmas. And the reason why we're talking drones here is because there may be a lot of people who may all of a sudden have one under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. So first of all, getting drones, if you ever need to know anything about that, I mean, that's why people contact you in the first place.
Yeah.
Is talking about what drone do I get and what else do I need to know. Today we're going to talk a little bit about accessories. Is that if you're going to be getting a drone for someone, do you need anything else besides the drone?
Yeah. Well, Christmas is coming here, so we're getting there. So everybody has a drone on their list from Santa.
Yeah.
And now you're going to get it for Christmas. And there are some stories you will hear, but there are some things you will need along with it, depending on what you spend. So obviously, there are drones that range in price from $300 to $3,000, and all come with certain accessories, and some don't. Biggest thing is, how long are you going to fly for? Maybe you need more than one battery. Some may only
because you can fly what 20 plus minutes.
Yeah. On
a battery.
Correct. It depends on the drone, the age of the drone. They're getting up to the point 22 to 28 minutes is pretty average.
Sure.
Depending on the drone. The higher price drones.
Right.
Obviously, if you get into the lower price, it's 7 to 12-ish minutes.
Okay.
And that's all dependent on the weather and how you're flying it. If you're flying it outdoors, is there a headwind, is there a tailwind?
Okay.
So on.
So good to have extra batteries.
Good to have extra batteries, and make sure you have extra time to charge those batteries. So if you're going out for a long flight and mission project, that you have the ability to charge them. Like at the parade, we made sure we plugged in our charge to make sure we could plug in between when we had to replace the batteries.
Gotcha. You know, and I had asked you about really cool cases to have either like a hard case, like a Pelican hard case, or a backpack or anything like that. What do you recommend?
One of the neat things about this case, you want to bring the camera down?
Sure, here we go. Right here.
This one is obviously, it's all insulated and pressure proofed on the inside with the foam inserts.
Cool.
Things fit in there nice and perfect.
Yeah.
But I've seen these at Harbor Freight, very similar ones. You can bring it back up.
Sure.
Where if you're a DIY it yourself, because this case ran about $100.
Right.
You could buy the case and then using a Dremel tool, make the foam inserts.
Oh, okay.
So there are ways to make that not as expensive as what I paid for it online.
So it depends on how much work you want to put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, and I know, I mean, they're wonderful for shipping, and there's more and more photographers nowadays that when they fly, a lot of times they try really hard not to have any check luggage. You know, they have it so that most of it's carry-on, if not all of it, for your camera gear.
Yeah, that case and this drone, I can carry onto an airplane. I don't need to check it. I haven't had any issues with needing the battery levels at certain levels or anything with it.
Sure.
The Mavic Pro drone is pretty much getting on a plane carry-on.
Okay.
So,
well, and the topic of today, we're talking accessories and other things you might need besides your drone. Here's the other thing I was going to ask you about is controllers. Is that when you buy a drone, you're always going to get a controller, or some of the time, what?
So, you know, you get what you pay for, so depending on the cost, you may or may not get a remote controller with it. It's never a bad thing to use a controller, because if you don't use a controller, some of them work off hand signals and some of them work directly off your cell phone. But the signal, I mean, your signal strength and the way that it reacts is a lot different. This remote is specifically programmed to fly this drone, so you have a better, more fluid movement, better reaction time. So definitely helps.
Cool.
For this drone specifically, I have its own mobile device too that I keep with it.
Okay.
Then I don't have to rely on the battery level of my own. I know not everybody's going to do that, but it's never a bad idea if you have an old device laying around.
Okay.
To use that strictly for droning.
Okay, excellent idea.
Because then you know, this stays with the equipment.
Sure.
You don't forget it when you're out on
Smart move. Obviously, charge that as well.
Charging.
Everything needs charging.
Oh, it's a lot of charging.
Well, and the other thing, you know, for kids that might be getting a drone, because it could happen, I have seen some really fun-looking ones. Like, you can go into Target, you can go into Kohl's, places like that, and you'll see some of these drones. Some of these drones are this big. They're little itty-bitty drones. So the thing to ask is that as far as getting kids into flying drones, is there like an age you could start them at? You know?
I would say don't start expensive. Always have parental supervision.
Sure, sure.
I know there are little ones that are probably a good place to start. However, you have to remember if you pay a little for it, it's not going to fly like this one that I have here,
Right.
The Mavic or any of the other ones I own.
Sure.
Because a lot of the money that you pay for goes into those safety features, the ability for it to hover. So the lower price ones just don't have that built in.
Right. And they're harder, right, to
They're
fly.
a lot harder.
The smaller the drone, some of these that don't cost very much, really hard.
And
to
they're
fly.
built like out of styrofoam, so you can't really fly them outside where you should because the wind, I mean, a wind affects even this one. I mean, even my 7, 8, 9 pound Inspire gets impacted by the wind. And so you think about something that weighs less than a stick of butter.
Right.
It's going to, I mean, the wind, the outside, you know.
Well, the great things is drones never crash, so. Ever.
Oh,
so.
knock on wood.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
But
well, listen, for all drone information, getting ready for the holidays. Christmas is just like here, so
right around the corner.
It totally is. So if you need any information, then contact Chad Lemmens, and he'll answer all of your questions and get you ready so you're buying the right drone and going to have fun.
And you know what's really exciting, Dave, is we've offered some, with the North Central Technical College, I've offered some learning.
Yes.
We're going to be re-rolling out the whole program next year.
Okay.
But we're coming up onto our Part 107 is if you want to fly a drone for money, you have to become certified.
Okay.
So you have to become certified by taking an FAA test. Well, I'm doing a Part 107 test prep to help people for that.
Okay, for commercial flying, that's what you're going to need through the NTC.
Yeah.
So how do they get a hold of you?
Well, I will put a link at the bottom of the screen here.
Okay, look for that.
As well as in the comments.
And then you'll know everything.
You'll know exactly where to go.
Great. Well, have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope you get a drone, because,
I feel like somebody's looking over my shoulder right now.
I know. It's like, what is going on there? Yeah.
Creepy. Thank you, guys.
Woohoo! There she is. That's right. That's it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
That's how a drone says goodbye.
Yeah, you can say that now, right?
Yes, because here's how you do it. In the news today, which I don't think is stuff happened. Stuff that people covered it. And now it's okay.
It's like your picture framing in your head. That's what you're saying.
Today, in the news, stuff happened. It was covered.
Blooper reel.
That's how you do it.